of a Bible at a dinner table. And they taught me how we should embrace immigration and all the opportunities that America affords to legal immigrants. But they also taught me there is nothing honoring about illegal immigration. As your next governor, I will not honor illegal immigration. I will hold illegal immigration accountable. I will hold those who sustain them and harbor them accountable as well. Let's embrace Iowa and all the benefits, but let's do it the right way together with legal immigration. My dad owned a business for a multitude of years. He taught me early on about an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. An honest day's work for an honest day's pay. And that's why I'm telling you, as your next governor, I will resist and turn back the constant drumbeat for expansion of gambling in the state of Iowa. And while I'm on the gambling issue, I might as well bring it up because they also taught me about fair play and about fairness. And if you're going to have a smoking ban that's going to infringe on the private property rights of private businesses and private individuals, well, I guarantee you what, I am not going to exempt the state-run casinos from that smoking ban. I think it was Darla's dad on the first date who introduced me to the beauty of the Second Amendment. But I fully understand that the Second Amendment is as very much precious as the First Amendment. And as your next governor, I will stand up for the Second Amendment and that freedom as well. I fully believe what Rod Roberts just talked about with we the people, that the power is inherent in the people. I also understand the 10th Amendment and the state sovereignty. And when we have a federal government that continues to overreach and to overreach and to overreach into state government, into private business, we will need a governor in 2010 that is willing to stand up to the federal government and invoke the 10th Amendment and say Iowa is a sovereign state. But at the heart of it, ladies and gentlemen, the Founding Fathers had it right. If we, in this experiment of a republic, in this experiment of a democracy, if we want to be great, we must first be good. And that begins with you and me and looking ourselves in the mirror. I fully understand what George Washington said. If you're going to have a successful democracy, it hangs on two inseparable rungs: religion and morality. And I hope and I pray and I covet your prayers that Darla and I and our family can be proper role models about what that means to the state of Iowa as your next governor. So as I said in Sheldon, I'll say to you tonight, these are my core values. These are my convictions. Just because I get elected to an office, I'm promising you here tonight, I will not walk away from those core values or those convictions. You know, I always found it funny when I was in high school and in college, my dad always wanted to know who I was hanging around with, who my friends were. My dad always said, you know, Bob, you can tell a lot about a person by who they hang around with, by who they associate themselves with. I tell you right now, you're going to be able to tell a lot about a governor by who he surrounds himself with. And the first indicator of who I will surround myself with will be the appointment of a lieutenant governor nominee. And I want to be very clear. When I appoint the next lieutenant governor to our ticket, I am not looking to balance the ticket with a liberal or a moderate. I want somebody who understands the core values. In the words of Martin Luther King, it's always the right time to do the right thing. with that choice of Lieutenant Governor, I promise you I will do the right thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this election is about freedom, and this election is about leadership. It's about leadership where we need a CEO today who understands the finite resources that we have and how we need to deliver those finite resources to get results with excellence. That's why I think it was foolhardy to do the iJobs program and to borrow a future generation in debt. Because what it does, it indebts a future generation. It limits funding priorities for the governor and for the administration. It ties us to the backs of gamblings till for sure 2019. And that's why I said when I get elected as governor, I will put away the reserves to pay off the iJobs funding within my first term so we do not indebt a future generation and tie our hands to the backs of gambling. As a parent and as an educator, I fully understand that it is the right, it is the privilege, and it is the responsibility for parents to raise and nurture and educate their children, not the government's. And that's why, as your next governor, I'm telling you right now, I was raised in the Christian school system. I tell kids all the time, your parents may threaten to send you to a reform school. My parents did send me to a reform school. I was raised in the Christian school system. I served for 11 years as a teacher and a high school principal in the public school system. My best lessons came from my home school. And that's why, as your next governor, I'm making you this commitment. I will appoint a private school representative and a homeschool representative to the State Board of Education because we're about educating all children, not just some children. And I also believe in education that we've grown the bureaucracy. We're feeding a bureaucracy that's controlling our classrooms. We're going to start reforming that issue. We're going to come in with high expectations. We're going to have simplified funding. We're going to let the local leaders lead. And we're going to let the teachers teach again. And we're going to have accountability and transparency in that system. But I guarantee you, as your next governor, we are going to return to excellence in this country in education to where the entire globe looks at us for how we deliver our education in the state of Iowa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my time is winding down. So let me tell you this, what I've learned a long time ago. In 2002, when I came up just short in the Republican primary by 1,500 votes. In 2006, when I was Lieutenant Governor nominee and we weren't successful. And in 2008, when I chaired Governor Mike Huckabee's presidential win here in the state of Iowa. What I've learned is if you don't win, you don't govern. And if you don't govern, you don't lead. But ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look at how Governor Culver has been attacking me, how the Democrat Party of Iowa has been attacking me, how his spokesperson has been attacking me, they don't kick a sleeping dog. They understand that I'm a threat to take back the governorship in the state of Iowa, and that's what I plan on doing with your help. I need you. I need you, and I humbly ask you that you would join this team and that you would give your best of your time, your talent, and your treasure. Just like when I used to coach, if you give your best, we have an opportunity to win. But if any one of you shrink back, we may have the ability to lose as well. And as this election is too important, I'm asking you to join so many others. My state chair, Jody Tymason, my state co-chair, Dick Johnson, another co-chair, Bernie Sagal, another chair, Peter Tian, and many county chairs. I'm asking you to join this team, this growing, vibrant network, because when I get the nomination, we're going to have an inspired base. But after we have an inspired base, I'm going after Culver's base of educators, healthcare professionals, human service professionals, and when I attack his base, guess what? We're going to win the office of governor, and then we're going to lead. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.